Hello and welcome to an episode of FinTech Focus TV with me, Tony Babb. We are here live at the FIX EMEA Trading Conference. We've got PJ here from Regris. PJ, how are you?
Good to see you, Toby.
Listen, lovely to have you on the show. You've just come fresh from your panel. It's been a fantastic day today, loads of conversations. You've been holding court, had everyone there eating out the palm of your hand. We'll come on to that conversation in a minute. Before we do that, tell us a little about yourself and Regris.
Sure. I have a long-time career in technology management. I was CEO for technology at Barclays Capital before MiFID I hit. So we're talking a long time ago. The regulatory agenda has moved very quickly in the last 20 years, and Regris Legal is all about keeping up with it and getting people ahead of it to be able to solve their regulatory problems in a single source of truth.
It's been the right 20 years to be involved in that space, hasn't it?
And yeah, you never thought this would be a real career, but it's definitely become one.
It certainly has. And so that's very much where your panel was set today, wasn't it?
Yeah, the big new thing for the regulatory agenda is non-financial risk.
Yeah.
So we have the market risk and all of the conduct rules that people know and love, and we have the prudential risk and how people think about their balance sheet and that kind of thing. This is a new area which is all about how you do the business. It's not just what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah.
And it's the basics.
Changing all the time at the moment, right?
It's changing all the time in the way the regulators are asking you to make sure that what you're doing is good enough is going up.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different perspectives all over the world from the regulators about how to do this, which puts a lot of pressure on firms as the businesses have to think through this incredible patchwork of operational resilience, AI, quantum rules, cyber. All these things are coming at them, and they not only have to worry about what is coming in the future, but what they've been doing in the past.
Yeah. And so talk to me about some of the key themes that you were taking out from that, because obviously there's an all-star cast, which you're there within it. People have got different views on this. There's obviously a lot of different things that are coming up, as you've just said beforehand as well.
Yeah. I think that
where did the conversation go?
So we did a lot of polling of the audience, and it was interesting for me to see.
It's Slido when you do that, isn't it?
It's one of the real benefits of these conferences, right? You get to see where the market is.
Yeah.
And the market isn't aware and alive to some of the penalties that are coming with these rules.
Isn't that amazing? Like every time we have these sort of things, the market's never aware or alive to it, isn't it? It's like complacency, lack of information, lack of foresight.
It's lack of.
Or we get busy being busy, right?
It's the day jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard enough tracking what's going on in the markets, never mind the 10 million paragraphs a year of regulation coming out.
Very true.
And there's only 50,000 paragraphs you have to master for Operation Resilience on either side of the channel for other jurisdictions, but those are ones going live this quarter. But people haven't read them.
Yeah.
And they focused really just on the minimum they need to get over the line now. And the problem with that is obviously you have to prove that you're doing these things when an incident happens.
Yeah.
So you're exposing yourself to capital penalties, additional charges on your business. You have personal liability charges. You have the market embarrassment of being the one that had an issue, like we've seen in the press recently, some of the large sell-side banks. And that's creating more and more concern for the key stakeholders, including the board.
Yeah, and that creates opportunity though, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the opportunity is that we can finally get some standards and clean up our act. You can be rewarded for doing the BAU job.
Yeah.
It's not just about being the hero and saying, I did that project and I can now get paid. Everyone can get paid and recognized, including the vendors.
Yeah.
Because, of course, this now extends across the whole supply chain. Yeah. There's 20,000 firms in Europe. It's 40,000 suppliers.
Yeah.
Right? So this gets everybody involved, and all those suppliers that...
Is that the right numbers?
Yeah.
Incredible, isn't it?
This will be the biggest industry uplift for the supply chain that we've had in a very long time.
Yeah. And so when we're looking at that, and we're looking at those suppliers, that supply chain, where are the winners there?
The winners are the ones that really work with their customers to figure out what good looks like quickly.
Yeah.
Because these rules aren't all about, you have to be able to, weather the storm. It's about the fleet being able to keep on going.
Yeah.
And so the suppliers play a critical role in making sure that everybody is aligned to what's really bad, what the risks are, and then how do you get through it in a good way.
Yeah.
And those are very detailed conversations. And one of the great reasons to be here at FIX is they have a lot of detailed standards we can use.
Yeah.
It's that buy side, sell side on exchange when the data feed goes down conversation. and goes down in stages. You have the ability to solve for that here. And they can't do that in regulation. The industry has to sort that out.
So when you're there and you're talking to this panel, obviously you've been there, you've had your briefing calls about the panel, you sat on the panel now.
Yeah.
If you were to say, and you had an audience there, you had an audience who have been polled, you had all of this sort of stuff, if you wanted them to walk away from this today with 2 or 3 things to be really thinking about, to be really cognizant of, to be putting into their business, what would that look like?
Well, I think it's, wake up to the fact that this is now a board level agenda.
Yeah.
It may not feel like it now because it's stuck in some silos, but very quickly this year it starts getting up in pressure. Know that it affects not just you, but the entire industry, and that you need to wake up to those conversations that are happening around standards and get involved with them and be part of it. And then thirdly, there are technologies out there to help.
Yeah.
Right. The great news about this is it hit just
they're getting
when
quicker and better as well.
Yeah, the large language models can help us.
Yeah.
Right. So
especially in this space, it feels like it's like
there's so much paper. There's so many spreadsheets. There's so many check boxes. But you have to be able to look at this is what the UK policy is. Here's the European one, and here's the US, and now here's my global framework, and it's perfect for a large language model. So we've been having a field day with that, trying to tune agents to make it, so people can actually get some help from AI in doing their day job and being able to, actually help improve the whole supply chain while they're at it.
Let's talk about your day job. It's obviously it's not getting quieter in your space, right? Right. So tell me a little bit about what's keeping you busy. Tell me a little bit about what we can expect to hear from you over 2025. I know you've got lots of different things you're involved in, different phases. What's exciting for you this year?
Well, we have a number of long-moving programs that are continuing to roll out. So we work with the industry on global standards and creating communities of practice for things like regulatory reporting. We have MiFID 2.5 and MiFID 3 right around the corner. We have all the derivatives reporting that's gone in. Everybody wants to know how do they do that better, faster, cheaper, and safer. And so that's a big area.
Better, faster, cheaper, safer is probably exactly what we're talking about.
Absolutely. Now, how do you get an AI benefit? Right? So we're talking a lot about those conversations that show me the value, prove me the business case, and let's get out there and do it. And that's
increase my productivity, streamline my efficiency, reduce the friction which I'm feeling. All of these sort of things are absolutely the core of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Even like the T+1 conversation we had today. There are all these conversations about what we need to know what good looks like and how to compare ourselves. Again, you need your suppliers and your service providers, like the law firms, the auditors, the consultants that deal with risk. They need to be on the same page. And to do that, they need standards. They need to be able to go to an open source library and download the taxonomy, and then link it back to the regulation that's relevant for that firm, and be able to do the assessment in days, not months.
So no quieting down for you then?
No, I mean, we're just getting started. We love this space. We've been building a single source of regulatory truth for 10 years and using AI to figure out what our regulators all talking about. And this is the year we're seeing it really explode, because ultimately this is the time that everyone's awake to the opportunity. It's like the why now? Oh, we have all these problems to solve. We have great new technologies here, and we have to spend the money anyway, so let's do it better.
Perfect. And you've been here all day, as you say, you're at T+1 earlier on. Tell me the sort of sense that you're getting on the FIX conference today. What's of interest? What's happening in it?
The breadth of the topics is amazing.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a really good agenda this year.
It really is, and I think that as ever, there's a great community here driven by the markets, and they need to play together. But I think there's a reevaluation of what can FIX's role be in some of this, and playing in open source, which is a great development, and playing with all these other trade associations to help them with standards. This can really become a very important hub for the markets, and I'm just really pleased to be here.
TJ, it's been great having you. Thanks so much for coming to the show and sharing with us.
Thanks very much.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of FinTech Focus TV. Thanks a lot.